أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي الحمد لله الذي جعلنا من المتمسكين بولاية سيدي ومولاي علي بن أبي طالب عليه السلام.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. أما بعد، يقول الله في كتابه الكريم والفرقان الحميد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قال الرسول يا ربي إن قوم اتخذوا هذا القرآن مهجورا. صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوا على النبي.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Respected scholars, Mu'mineen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How do we receive the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? How do we receive the mercy of God? It's a fundamental question, because all religions aim to achieve the mercy of God, and many ways are given in order that we may achieve the mercy of God. For example, within Christianity, within the Bible, several verses say you want to achieve the mercy of God, do the following. Let me give you a few examples. It says in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verse number 7, it says, blessed are the merciful. Those people who are merciful, they are blessed. Why? Because they shall receive the mercy of the Father in heaven, the mercy of God. Further than that, in the book of Lamentations, it states that the love of the Lord never ceases. The love of God never ceases. He has everlasting love. God has everlasting love. And within the Gospel of Luke, chapter 6, verse 36, it says, be merciful as your Father in heaven is also merciful. So, fundamental question is, how do we receive the mercy of God? If you, in different religious scriptures as well, in Buddhism and Jainism, they believe in a concept called karuna, which means compassion. It is a sign of universal brotherhood. We need to ponder, how do we receive God's mercy? In the Qur'an we recite Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. How do we receive the mercy of God? Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
It is mentioned in Kansul Umar, hadith number 10,387. The Holy Prophet says that if you knew the amount of mercy you receive from your Lord, you would rely solely on that only. You would only rely on the mercy of God. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
If you knew the amount of mercy you receive from your Lord, you would rely solely on that. That's it. You would only trust Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And there are many ways given by the Ahlul Bayt in which we may receive God's mercy. Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib says in Ghurar al-Hikam, hadith number 4343, Imam Ali says, بِبَذْلِ الرَّحْمَةِ تُسْتَنْزِلُ الرَّحْمَةِ. Be merciful to others, love others, have compassion for others, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will have compassion on you. Imam Zainul Abidin, what does he say? Our fourth Imam. He says, I am not surprised at those people who receive eternal salvation. Those people who receive heaven, who receive the mercy of God. I am not surprised at those people. In fact, I am surprised at those people who receive eternal damnation, who receive the hellfire with a Lord so merciful. How do they even receive eternal damnation? How do they even enter into hellfire? Imam Zainul Abidin says, I am not surprised at those people who get heaven. No, I am surprised at those people who get eternal damnation. How? With a Lord so merciful, all-encompassing mercy. How do they receive eternal damnation? Question. How do we receive God's mercy? What's the easiest way in which we can receive God's mercy? Answer is within the Qur'an. In Surah A'raf, chapter 7, verse 204, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَإِذَا قُرِيَ الْقُرْآنَ فَاسْتَمِعُوا لَهُ وَأَنصِتُوا لَعَلَّكُمْ تُرْحَمُونَ. That when the Holy Quran is recited, when the Qur'an is recited, listen to it and pay attention. Why? So that you may receive divine mercy. What's the way in which we may receive divine mercy? The Holy Qur'an. Now the Holy Qur'an, the issue is, many people ask, we listen to Yasin, we listen to the Qur'an, right? However, it does not impact us. It does not make a difference to our lives. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
The Qur'an says, you want to receive divine mercy, you want to receive God's mercy, which is extremely vital and pivotal. You want divine mercy, then recite the Holy Qur'an. And the question is now, why doesn't it impact us? We come to Majalis al-Husayn. Before the Majlis, before the Marthiyas, what do we hear? Surah Yasin. Why doesn't it impact us? Why don't we feel a change? It's because we think that Yasin is for the dead. In reality, Yasin is basically for those people who are alive, no doubt. We can recite Yasin and dedicate it to the dead, no problem. But the issue is, people think that Yasin is only for the dead. It's not for those people who are alive. We don't need to care about Yasin. As long as we recite it, it goes to the dead, no problem. We don't need to understand what it's trying to tell us. Look at the irony. Look at the Qur'an, how beautiful it is. We say Yasin is for the dead only. Qur'an, Surah Yasin itself says that this Qur'an is for those people who are alive. Imagine. Surah Yasin, chapter 36, verse 69 to 70. I'll need your help. وَمَا عَلَّمْنَاهُ الشِّعْرَ وَمَا يَنْبَغِي لَهُ إِنْ هُوَ لِيُنْذِرَ Hayya. This Quran, first of all, in verse 69, Allah says that the Holy Prophet, we have not given him knowledge of poetry, nor is it befitting him. Because you know, many of the Arabs at that time would say Rasulullah is a poet. Allah says Rasulullah is not a poet, he's a messenger. And this Quran is a clear Quran. For who? To warn whoever is alive. This Quran is for those people who are alive, no doubt. We can recite the Quran for the dead. لِيُنْذِرَ مَنْ كَانَ حَيًّا, to warn whoever is alive. And we call ourselves, what title do we give ourselves? Muslims. After Muslims, what do we say we are? Shi'as, right? Are we only Shia of Ahlul Bayt? Are we only the Shia of Rasulullah? In reality, we are also the Shia of the Quran. Allah says in Surah An'am, chapter 6, verse number 155. Allah says that this Quran has been revealed to you. Then what do you do with the Quran? Do we only recite it? No. Follow it. What does it mean by Shia? Shia means follower. Follower of Imam Ali and follower of the Ahlul Bayt and the teachings of Rasulullah. The Quran says you have to become the Shia ittiba'. You need to follow the Quran as well. And why is the Quran so important? What is so beautiful about the Quran? What is so great about the Quran? Many personalities have praised the Holy Quran. Whether it be Muslim personalities, whether non-Muslim personalities, they have appreciated this Quran. Now these people whom I'm about to mention, you may agree with them, you may disagree with them. However, these personalities are famous and they have said that this Quran is a beautiful book. Islam is a beautiful religion. Example, the 44th President of the United States, Barack Obama, he has praised the Quran. In one of his speeches, he said that people have been drawn towards the message of Islam. People have loved Sallallahu Alaihi Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. Recite another Salat ala Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. So Barack Obama, the 44th President of the United States, he states that Islam, people have been drawn towards the religion of Islam. Why? Why are people so attracted to Islam? He says because the fundamental greeting of Islam is Salaam Alaikum, peace be upon you. It is only a handful of people who give a perverted message and interpretation of Islam. Only few extremists, there are many Muslim extremists who cause acts of terrorism, right? He says there are very few of them who do these acts, and they are not the first extremists who use the name of God to do acts of terrorism. In the past, there are many people who have used religion to cause acts of terrorism. And then what else does Obama say? Obama says that the first verse revealed within the Holy Qur'an, Obama says this, the first verse revealed in the Holy Qur'an is Iqra, chapter 96. What does it mean by Iqra? Read, seek knowledge, question assumptions. Islam does not want a group of followers to be followers like sheep, people who are blind followers. No, the Quran and Islam wanted its followers to understand what the message is trying to say, to understand what the religion says, not blindly follow whatever my parents tell me, blindly follow what the scholars say. No, but it wanted you yourself to do your research. Iqra, read, question assumptions, seek knowledge. Now question, many people ask this question, that why aren't people attracted towards the religion of Islam? We see people hating Muslims. Everyone nowadays, we see the news media, so many channels, Fox News, anti-Muslim. So many other news channels, anti-Muslim. Why? And can you blame the media for hating the Muslims? This answer has been given beautifully by a very famous Indian called Tarek Fatah. This person very famous. His certain views you may disagree with, but he says, Tarek Fatah within India, he says that why were people attracted to Islam? I mean, years ago, why did people join the religion of Islam? It is because the Muslim ethos is that you cannot lie. You have to speak the truth, even if it is against yourself, your father and mother, you have to speak the truth. And the Quran says in Surah Nisa, chapter 4, verse 135, be firm as witnesses, even if it is against, be firm for justice, even if it is against your parents, your relatives, and yourself. Even if it is against yourself, you have to speak the truth. You have to be firm for justice, right? Harvard University, outside Harvard University, they were looking for certain verses, certain beautiful verses. So they said, now which verse can we find from the Quran? They found this verse, Surah Nisa chapter 4 verse 135. That be firm when you stand for justice, even if it is against your father, your mother, your relatives, and against yourself. And that is why Imam Ali says a similar thing in Bihar al-Anwar. وَقُلِ الْحَقَّ وَلَوْ عَلَى نَفْسِكَ. Speak the truth even if it is against your own nafs, even if it is against yourself. Right? Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allah says in the Quran, in Surah Nahl, chapter 16, verse number 89, وَنَزَّلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ تِبْيَانًا لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ وَهُدًى وَرَحْمَةً وَبُشْرَى لِلْمُسْلِمِينَ. That this Quran, we have revealed this book as a clarification for all things. This Quran has a variety of subjects. Quran does not only talk about religion. No, Quran talks about politics, talks about economics, talks about business. A variety of things may be learned from the Quran. That is why Allah says that follow this book. It is a guidance and a mercy for the Muslims. What is our topic? How do we receive God's mercy? Allah says this Quran has the solution to your problems. Further than that, now Allah says Muslimin. Now what about us who claim to be mu'min, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, has He forgotten about us? No. How can Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forget about us? Surah Hud, chapter 10, verse number 57. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَرَحْمَةٌ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ. That this Quran is a mercy for the mu'min as well. Now, Quran also says that it cures the diseases. Many diseases are there and the Quran cures those diseases. One of the biggest diseases that human beings face is the disease of ego. Ego. There is no one like me, right? No one has wealth like me. No one has a brain like me. No one is as handsome as me, right? No one is as beautiful as me. Ego. You feel that you are always right. Nobody can correct you. Nobody can say, listen, ya akhi, I think you are wrong. No, I can never be wrong, right? Ego. Big problem. And the Quran cures ego. Maulana Qalb Sadiq, famous Maulana, in one of his speeches, normally he narrates this incident. that once a person approached Imam Ali and said that, Ya Ali, what is the distance between the heavens and the earth? Distance. I want to reach paradise. How do I reach paradise? Imam Ali says only 2 steps to reach paradise. The person said, Ya Mawla, only 2 steps. And Imam Ali looked towards this person and said, yes, only 2 steps. 1 step on your ego, the second step will be in paradise. Qur'an is the one that cures the sickness of ego. It destroys ego. Question. Fundamental question. At times there are people or children who recite this Qur'an but they make mistakes. So whether they recite it at the mosque or whether they recite it at home, normally we see people making errors within the Qur'an. Is it forgivable? Do we need to forgive them? And at times we see this behavior that normally people recite the Qur'an and make errors, make mistakes. Do we need to mock them or correct them? Question. Do we need to blame those people who make mistakes within the Qur'an or when they recite in the mosque? Very interesting incident narrated. A very famous person, this person illiterate, uneducated. We see, you can call him a person who does not have a lot of knowledge. Muslim, came towards the Holy Prophet, Prophet Muhammad, and he said, Ya Rasulullah, I live very far from Medina. I can't meet you every time, and I hear that you give very long du'as and a variety of du'as. Prophet, I'm a lazy person. I am illiterate, uneducated, I can't even remember. Give me a small dua, a short dua, so that I can recite every day and it can be easy for me to memorize. Please don't give me long du'as, Ya Rasulullah, please. Rasulullah looked towards this person and said that, listen, every day recite this dua, very easy. Ilahi, innaka rabbi wa ana abdu. Oh God, you are my Lord and I am your servant. Alhamdulillah, this person was very happy. He said, Ya Rasulullah, every day I will recite this dua. Few days later, the angels were tensed. In the heavens, the angels were tensed. Like, what is going on? They went towards Rasulullah. They said, this person is actually reciting kufr. You gave him a dua. This person is actually doing kufr. Rasulullah said, but I gave him a really good dua. I don't see any kufr in that dua. They said, no, call this person. Ask him what he recites. Rasulullah said, call that man, that person, uneducated, we call him in Gujarati, Allah Maru. Came towards the Prophet. He said, Ya Rasulullah, what's wrong? I recite that dua every single day, as you instructed me. The Prophet said, tell me, what do you recite? How do you recite the dua? He said, I say, Ilahi, innaka abdi wa ana rabbuk. That, Ya Allah, I am your Lord and you are my servant. By mistake, not purposely, obviously. Uneducated, illiterate. Rasulullah said, O person of Allah, these are words of kufr. Rasulullah started feeling the tension. He said, what is wrong with you? Now what am I going to do? Straight away Jibreel descended on earth and said, Ya Rasulullah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends his greeting on you. Rasulullah replied, wa alaykum as-salam. Jibreel then said, Allah says that human beings are bound to make errors. Human beings are bound to make errors. I never make errors. There is no defect in me. Human beings, they have their setbacks, they have their drawbacks. I do not have a setback, I do not have a drawback. I am the all-perfect being. Tell this person, tell this servant of Allah, what do we tell him? Tell him that I have accepted all his du'as, and not only have I accepted his du'as, but all his wishes will be granted. Imagine. At times when people make mistakes, we say, this Yasin will never reach the dead person. This Yasin never. What kind of a reciter is this? No. Maybe his Yasin is better than yours with all the makharij, with all the rules that you follow. Idgham, ikfa, idhar, idgham, yad, qalqala, all these rules that you follow. Allah may say, no, he is reciting the Qur'an with more sincerity. He is reciting the Qur'an with more conviction, with more trust. He is making errors, he is making mistakes. No doubt, but do not mock this person. Go to him, correct him. We have so many people who recite Yasin, who recite Hadith al-Qisa, who are experts in the Qur'an. Why do they need to attack someone, blame someone? No, go to him, tell him, look brother, you are making this mistake, you are making this mistake in Yasin, you are making this error, correct yourself. Don't attack someone. You never know, his du'as, his Qur'an might be accepted in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and your du'as with all the makharij, with all the rules, may not be accepted. It depends on the sincerity. It depends on the conviction. I will end with a small narration. There was a king. This king, mashallah, very rich, loved by everyone. Right? Everyone loves this king. Now there was a farmer living far in a village. He said, I love that king. I want to give him a gift. But what gift do I give? And whenever a husband is in trouble, he asks help from his wife. He called his wife. He said, oh my wife, I want to give a gift to the king. What do I give him? I'm a farmer. I got nothing. What do I give him? The wife said, I'll tell you something you can give him. He said, what? He said, in our village, we have a beautiful river. Within that river, we get water that is very tasty, very sweet water. And the water is also quite cold. Very nice water. The farmer said, yeah, I could give him this water. The king will be very happy. Maybe he has never drunk such water in his life. He took 2 buckets. He filled them with water, closed the buckets. Now he's going towards the palace. He's going towards the king. He reached the palace. He saw the king. Salamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam. The king said, yes, why have you come? This person said, I have brought a gift for you. He said, what? He said, this water. I brought some water for you. I want you to accept this water. The king said, no problem, keep it here. As soon as he opened the bucket, removed the top, bad smell started coming from the water. Why? Because of the journey. He traveled from his village all the way towards the palace. Obviously the water will start stinking. A bad smell would come out of the water, obviously. Now the king looked towards his minister, the minister looked towards the king, and they were surprised, like, what did this person bring? But the king was generous enough to say that I loved your gift. He didn't tell the person that no, your water smells bad, your water is terrible. No, no, no. I loved your gift. Hence, bring me a box full of treasures, put for him the gold, diamonds, silver, etc. and give it to him. Full of treasures. Give it to this farmer. The farmer was happy. He was like, wow, the king loved my gift. King said that leave from here, but accompanied with my servants. My servants will accompany you on this journey. However, he told his servants that when you are taking this king, make sure you do one thing. What? Do one small thing. Take him with you, but take him through the route whereby there are many rivers, so that this person may know even I have many rivers in my area, and I have the same water and even better water in this area of mine, so that he may know that his gift was actually worthless. So this person, this farmer, he said, okay, let's go. As soon as he was passing by those rivers, he realized this gift of mine is worthless. This king, how come he accepted this gift? He realized how generous the king is. The same way is our relationship with Allah. Our deeds may be worthless. We don't help human beings, we don't help the orphans, we may not help the widows, we may not pray our salah on time, our deeds may be here and there. However, Allah says, I don't care. I don't care. I will still be merciful towards you. I will still love you. I will still have compassion for you. And I am going to give you a gift. Allah says, I am giving you a gift. How many are there who may take this gift? What is the gift? The Qur'an. The Qur'an is a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. However, the Muslims themselves will abandon the Qur'an, and Rasulullah will complain about those people who shall abandon the Qur'an. Surah Furqan, chapter 25, verse number 30. Qala Rasul, Ya Rabbi, inna qawmi. Rasulullah will not complain about the Hindus, he will not complain about the Christians, he will not complain about the Jews. Qala Rasul, Ya Rabbi, inna qawmi ittakhadhu hadha al-Qur'ana mahjura. That my ummah, my people, the Muslims have abandoned, forsaken, and they have ignored the Qur'an. Sallu ala Nabi. Assalamu alayka ya gharib al-ghuraba. Salams on the one who was left abandoned, forsaken. At this current era, this era right now, this generation, actually Gharib al-Ghuraba is Imam al-Hasan. In Baqi, Jannatul Baqi, no one is there to recite the Zi'ara of Imam al-Hasan. As soon as you enter Baqi, on one side you will see the grave of Imam al-Hasan, Imam Zainul Abidin, Imam Muhammad al-Baqir and Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq. On the other hand, on the left hand side, you will see Banin, the mother of Abbas. There is a narration that states that Banin, after the event of Karbala, after everyone returned, she used to make 5 castles. 5 castles. They would go towards Banin and say, "Oh Banin, why are you making 5 castles? You only had 4 sons. You sacrificed 4 sons. Why are you making 5 castles? Why are you making 5 graves?" She used to say, "Is Imam Hussein not my son? Isn't Abu Abdullah my son as well? In fact, Abu Abdullah is my first son. Abbas is Bibi Fatima's son. Hussein is my son." And Imam Hassan was given poison by his wife. As soon as he was given poison, you see, I have read the narrations of almost all the Imams who have been given poison. Many of the Imams, or almost all the Imams, have died after 2 days. 2 days after getting the poison, the Imams have died. Imam Hassan is the only Imam who has died the same night as he was given the poison, because the poison was too strong for Imam al-Hassan. It was too strong for him. And I have never read a narration of any of the Imams vomiting out everything. But as soon as Imam Hassan was given the poison, he started vomiting out everything, started vomiting out blood. As soon as Imam Hassan was given the poison, he started vomiting. Imam Hussein came near Imam al-Hassan. He said, "Oh Hassan, if you give me permission, I will go and fight all your enemies." Imam Hassan said, "Wait, your day is going to come." Abbas said, "I will also go and fight in honor of you." Imam Hassan said, "Wait, your day is going to come." And they heard someone entering the room. Who was that person? It was Bibi Zainab entering the room. Imam Hussein said that, "Please cover this bowl." The bowl had the blood of Imam al-Hassan. Bibi Zainab said, "Cover this bowl." Imam Hussein looked towards Imam Hassan. Imam Hassan looked into the eyes of Imam Hussein and said, "Oh Hussein, why are you covering this bowl? What's wrong?" Imam Hussein replied, "I know Zainab will not be able to see the blood of his brother, because Zainab has already faced many trials and tribulations. She saw her mother Fatima burned by the door. She has seen a sword on the head of Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib. Now she will see this." Imam Hassan said that there is more imtihan awaiting Zainab. There is more imtihan awaiting her. She will see the dead body of yours, O Abu Abdullah, lie on the plains of Karbala. बस मोमिनीन, इमाम हसन को जहर दे दिया गया। इमाम हसन इस दुनिया से रुखसत हुए। अरे शिया यतीम होने वाले हैं, लेकिन मैं कहूँगा कम से कम आपको गुस्ल दिया गया, आपको कफन दिया गया, आपको दफन किया गया। लेकिन हाइये रोज़े आशूरा इमाम हुसैन को गुस्ल भी ना दिया गया, इमाम हुसैन को कफन भी ना दिया गया, इमाम हुसैन को दफन भी ना किया गया। लेकिन मैं मौला हुसैन से कहूँगा, मौला हुसैन, कम से कम लोग जियारत पढ़ने के लिए आते हैं। अरबईन में करोड़ों की तादाद जियारत पढ़ने के लिए आते हैं, लेकिन आइए हसन मुज्तबा के पास बकी में बिल्कुल तन्हा है, कोई जियारत पढ़ने वाला नहीं है। कासिम यतीम हो गए, कासिम यतीम हो गए। लेकिन मैं कासिम से कहूँगा कि कासिम, कम से कम कोई तमाचे मारने वाला तो नहीं है। अला रहमतुल्लाहि अल कौम ज़ालिमीन, इन्ना लिल्लाहि व इन्ना इलैहि राजिऊन। बारिल्लाह, तुझे वास्ते मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद पर इस कलील आज़ादारी को तेरी बारगाह में कबूल फरमा, और जो मरीज है उन्हें शिफाए कामिल अता फरमा, जो मकरूज है उनके कर्जों को अदा फरमा, जो बेरोजगार है उन्हें रोजगार इनायत फरमा, हमारे इमाम की ज़ुहूर में ताजील फरमा, और हमारे अमाल ऐसे हो कि हम उनके असहाब व अंसार में शुमार हो सके। व आखिर दावाना अनिल हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन। मातब हुसैन या हुसैन।